Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Mega Man Secundum. 7 down, only 1 to go. It's Needleman stage, and after a few senseless hops around we're going to get right to it. I can't tell you how much I like the background. So many levels in this game are just a plain white or black background, and this is actually very nice looking and looked like it required effort. Good job, even if it is betraying the inconsistencies we've often seen in this game. So Topspin is basically still amazing, and it goes completely through enemies now, but it's not that great against these guys here because I would have taken too long to get up there, so it's magnet time, and I do not know what purpose the Stitch serves. I have discovered in the blind video that Leaf Shield can take out these guys in one hit, but only if you hit it perfectly. Now I'm kind of out of it, so the Buster rules supreme. Even though it is really hard getting down there, it's probably best if you stay on the ladder. Generally though, even though I do try out a few special weapons here, it's full of the needle guys who just take too many shots to kill with them. Except if you use the Leaf Shield correctly, as said. And most of the time that means that the Buster is going to be the weapon of choice, sadly enough. The only other weapon which would be really good in these circumstances is, well, Needle Cannon itself, because it just shoots forward. I do not need anything here but a dumb fire missile, sadly enough. Or the obvious answer, of course, which destroys the entire stage again, but I guess this is not surprising to anyone. So, a change in background, still in line with the original, I'm perfectly fine with that. And a completely pointless forced rush section, so yeah, you cannot jump over there, and I can't say I really get it, but okay. But bizarre level design choices abound in this stage, not really bad ones, but just baffling. It's just these two health pickups which force me to do a large figure S move. And then we get a part like this, where it is legitimately hard trying to deal with both the enemies at the same time, so there was a little thought put into this. And then you get a few cannons which you can just shoot without any problems whatsoever, apart from this one maybe, but like here you can just stand and shoot forward, there is no problem involved. And they have completely fucked up the ambush because, as you can see, this guy is not charging at me. So even that juxtaposition with the mat, which could be kind of problematic because you cannot reach it down there, doesn't really make sense because I can just take them out from afar like this. I want to show how they work, however, so I will trigger this one deliberately, and it actually involves effort getting him to charge at me, strangely enough. Okay, this was probably a bad spot to use Topspin, but whatever. This is like my 6th E-Tank or something, so it's going to waste because I can only carry 4 at once in this game, but it doesn't matter at all. Because I do not feel like I'm going to need them that much against the final boss, maybe? We'll see. Here we have another bizarre choice between dodging one spike or dodging one spike, and even if you did make the wrong choice, as the paths are literally the same, if you go for the extra life, you can still get it with Rush Coil. This part is leading up to the final stretch of the level, and it is again bizarrely the easiest part of the level because the spikes take so long to deploy. I was even surprised by one because I didn't see it in comparison to how it was in Mega Man 3. So that it is really easy to go by without any problems whatsoever. Again, as said, kind of bizarre. I'm trying out Leaf Shield here, but it sadly doesn't work as well as it could. Again, the multi-hits doesn't save against an enemy which is obviously strong against it. I do like that the enemies still have their weaknesses against special weapons, like particular weapons. This guy was not weak to Leaf Shield, but it is obviously to Crash Bombs, and these here can still be taken out with one Hard Knuckle, which is good because Hard Knuckle was severely underrepresented by now because so many things resisted it. Good. Relatively boring stage with a few nice ideas, aka Mega Man Secundum.txt done. Let's see how the boss got easy-fied. The thing with Needleman here is that most of the time he doesn't actually use his needles. He just does this lazy half jump and sometimes jumps at Mega or not at all. And you can pretty much goad him into doing the same thing over and over again by staying in the fixed distance from him. upon which he will use his head attack and not hit you ever, which is kind of strange, but the hitbox is predictably kind of fucked up. With the needles it is actually pretty hard to dodge, even though they mercifully only gave him one volley of it, probably because the screen height is just not fit for him to jump up and fire downwards all the time. So you kind of have to just go forward and squeeze between the needles and him, making you vulnerable to the head attack, which would be a pretty cool boss idea, because then you'd have to slide away and it'd all be very dynamic. The problem is just that it is still stupendously easy and you can tank your way through it. So, next time we go down this rabbit hole, thank you very much for your attention.